Today, for our topic, I'll be talking about divorce and dating. Now, I'm going to just be speaking from my own personal experience, what I did right, maybe what I did wrong. Well, the first thing that happened when I was separating from my husband, I got separated from my husband in 2017, and he already moved on with his life. When he left, he went on. Well, we were still married, but we were separated. And right at the moment of separation, I wanted to date. And I expressed I'm on a prayer line, and at that moment I expressed my desire to date. And I was told by some of the older women that it's not time for me to date, it's time for me just to take care of my children. And at that time, it seemed like good advice, because these are older women, and they're telling me, it's not right, the time is not right for you to date. So I concentrated on my children. I got separated in 2017. In 2019, I got divorced. In all this time from 2017, 2019, I'm still no dating, just single. Okay, in this year of 2020, I decided to make a conscious decision to date, because now it's 5 years and I've been single 5 years, and I've not talked to no one. So I guess in my New Year resolution for this year, it was me making a conscious effort to date. Now, what happened now? I started to talk to someone, and it came back to my ex-husband's hearing, and he went and he said to the person, you know what they say, what the men says, when you have children, they use the children now as a form of manipulation, as a form to keep you stagnant, as a form of keeping you in bondage. Oh, I have children, I don't want you bringing nobody around my children. When he is not even in the children's life, he is not even in the picture, but he doesn't want. So he can't really come out and say, I don't want you to date, because he's married. But what he came out and said is, I don't want no one around my kids. So if you're dating someone, at some point in time, your children, if you have children, will have to be around that person. So what my ex did, he went and he spoke to the person, and the person backed off. But I was talking to another man, and the man said to me, my first mistake was, as soon as I got separated, I should have started to date, because had I started to date, my ex-husband would have seen that I'm ready to move on. He said, you didn't do that. Now I waited almost 5 years on 5 years 5 years separated, and almost 2.5 into the divorce. Then I decided, and he said I did wrong, because it showed my ex-husband that I was prepared to stay single. And this is a man telling me this is from a man's point of view. And from my point of view, it was just like, I'm just taking time for myself. But the man said to me, from my husband's point of view, it was like I was not gonna date, I was just gonna stay single. So now I decided now to date. I decided that I was intentional in dating. And then the ex-husband now, well, he just couldn't handle it. He knew he couldn't tell me not to date. He knew that he couldn't, because he already married, has a wife, and has children, has a new family. So what he did was he played the children game. I don't want no man around my children. So basically, if you're gonna tell me you don't want nobody around the children, it's basically you telling me that you cannot date. And I'm just saying, they use this as, when you have children and you decide that you wanna date, you wanna move on, the man may use the children as a tool for you, to keep you in bondage, to keep you at a standstill. But I'm here to tell you, so that was my mistake. When I got separated, when I wanted to date, I was told not to. And then from that, it took me almost 5 years for me to intentionally say, you know what, I am going to date, and I'm going to date with intention. Now, the next time I'm going to be talking about my what I've learned during dating. So I just want to say to people now, if you're separated from your husband, he went on with his life. Even if you're separated from your wife and you see that she went on and she has a new family and you're divorced, you should move on. You should date. Don't wait like me. Wait until 5 years and then you want to move on. And sometimes the ex might think that you're still hung up on him, or you're still hung up on her. But the truth was, it was not that I was. It was just that I was just. Well, I was told not to date. I was told to take my time, and that time took 5 years. So I had to make, like I said, a conscious effort to date. And then now, while I'm dating, the ex-husband is coming and say, I don't want no one. I don't want a man around my kids. He is not even around the kids, but that's just a form of manipulation. That's something I have to ask God to show me now how to navigate dating.